Hard truth about marriage. I'm going to talk to you about 2 of your husband's top 5 needs to feel satisfied in marriage, because if you're doing all the other stuff right, but you're not focused on these, he's not going to feel satisfied with you. So I'm not the one that made this list. This list is from a book that is very acclaimed that many marriage counselors use. You might not like it, but it's the truth. So 2 of the 5 things are that your husband has to have sexual fulfillment and he needs an attractive spouse. So if you have let yourself go and you have not been making any effort, today's the day to make that change. And so let's talk about these 2 things, because you can be so busy in life and life can take over, kids and homes and jobs, that these things fall to the side. But the bottom line is, if you want to have a satisfied husband and a great marriage and relationship, you have to pull back and you have to focus on these things. Because at the end of the day, you want to have a great marriage. Yes, you have needs too. And yes, your needs are different from your husband's needs. They are different things. And yes, he should be meeting them. However, at the end of the day, do you want to have a great marriage? If all of your needs aren't being met, it's not an excuse to shirk the duty that you have as a wife. You are answerable to what you do as a person. So, sexual fulfillment and being attractive. I don't mean that you have to look like a supermodel. I don't mean that you have to look like you did when you first got married, but you need to make some effort. So if you have really let yourself go and you have really gotten out of shape, you need to do something about it. If you're not fixing yourself up at all, if your husband is coming home to you with dirty hair, no makeup, sloppy clothes, you need to fix those things. It doesn't mean you have to be super dressed up. It doesn't mean you have to spend an hour on a full makeup routine. I spend 4 minutes a day. It doesn't mean that you have to look like you are getting ready to walk the runway, but you need to make some effort. And sexual fulfillment. This is a huge one for men, and it is an area that really gets neglected, particularly when kids come into the picture. And I get it. It's hard. You are tired. This is one reason where birth control is so bad, and it can really wreak havoc on a marriage, because birth control tricks your body into thinking it's a month pregnant. Then the last thing you want to do is be close to your husband. That can really cause problems in a marriage. So, and I also get it that you might not want to have 10 kids, but you need to look at those different things. What are some issues that are getting in between you and your husband? Because biblically, the last thing that Satan wants is for you to have a good marriage. So what happens is, once you get married, he is looking for ways to get in between you and your husband. And this is a top way, because it is your husband's top need. So if he can cause disruption in this area, then it is known your marriage is going to be disruptive. So if this is something that is going on for you right now, this is just your wake-up call. You have to address this. This is something that you need to do. You might be exhausted, and it might not be anywhere near on your list, but it absolutely is on your husband's. So this is an area that you do need to focus on as the wife. Sexual fulfillment and an attractive spouse. Those are 2 of his 5 top needs. And if you haven't seen my previous video where I talked about top needs, if you want me to go over the other 3 again, I absolutely will. But do not neglect these 2. Just because you might not like it doesn't change the facts. So let's get on this today. Have a great one.